Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Graham Morrison, joined by Justin Cyberwaste Lutz. We are here for the ninth round right now. Singularity, they're killing it. Everyone is dead on Final Feature, so they'll be starting off. But that's the two teams, Singularity and Final Feature. Cyberwaste, are you excited?
Damn right I'm excited. And you know why, Mr. Morrison? Because it is the opening day of a brand new season, and this is the first match for both of these teams. Team Singularity and Final Feature. And Singularity will be on your defense. Well, I'd say that as MOTM, Infinite, Ryan, Hydrex, and OC. And on the side of Final Feature, we have Base, Droid, Shunk, Picky, and Jonah P. And we're not wasting any time. Only a little bit after the knife, we're already into it, raring to go. And Final Feature doing the old death squad out through B apartments. They've slowed up a bit, and Hydrex is well in position to call this out, both visually and audibly.
Well, Piggy's found one, but MOTM chimes right back through for Shonk. Again, keeping man advantage for Final Feature as they are in the site. Trying to come in with a little bit of pressure from Ryan on Cat. Two players walking out market right now as well. Will they be able to find any kills? A little bit of a dink there, I think, through the wall onto Shonk. That's a bit unfortunate. Infinite, he's found a kill. Ryan trying to come around. Oh, Base! What a shot there. Flicking around, finding that kill. OC coming right out the window will be taken down as well. It's just Infinite. And he is deleted. Nice pistol round from Shonk and Base, both finding a pair of kills. Now, Final Feature have the first round.
Starting off on the right foot, as you did say, a 2K for Shonk, 2K for Base. And Base was a huge part, I feel, in holding onto that site. And Final Feature bought a tiny bit. They are more leaning on the side of the SMGs, 2 UMPs, the MP5, and the MAC-10 on Droid. And we do have a Galil on the back of Piggy, so no AKs. And interesting collective there. And Singularity are opting to stack onto the B site, and it looks like they will, both of the teams will pass like ships in the night and won't even go into contact. And I think this is smart from Singularity. They're just wanting to not take casualties, they're just wanting to not engage. They haven't put anything into this round. Well, aside from a flash I did see, but it was not worth all that much. And even if there's no frags exchange, it was fair enough from Team Singularity to not throw anything into the ring, and it could be very beneficial to them in the rounds to come, because you need more money as a CT to get what you want. And despite the fact that Final Feature survived with 5 members, Singularity could come out better for being frugal and patient. Now they can actually buy.
Will be, once again, we're seeing the AUG train come out. Singularity with 4 of them. It's going to be all SMGs for Final Feature. Going towards B. Just running through those halls right now. I'm going to throw the preemptive Molotov down. He's smoked out. Now we're seeing Singularity. They're getting a little aggressive. We have Ryan moving up mid right now. Try to corner these players in. Hit coming straight through though right now. And Droid with the MAC-10 finds the opener. Quickly traded back by MOTM. He's got 2. Can he find any more? He's so low, but he will be cleaned up. 3 versus 3. And OC spraying through. Again, keeping it evened up here as these trades are strong and fierce. 2-1-2. Will they expect Ryan coming in from behind? Coming in from above. Still, Spray's not able to deny the plant though. Equal Mistress. And Picky's got another kill, so that was very expensive for Singularity, going with the rifle and Final Feature winning it out.
That was...
And I have some exciting news for us, Cyberwaste. We've apparently just cracked 5,000 followers, so thank you everybody out there in chat. If only I had that many on my Twitter. It's at DreamboatCast.
No, it's at Grahamcast.
Oh my god, I've done it. I have beefed it. I've had that for all of a day.
You keep reverting back to your previous self. You are the artist formerly known as Dreamboat.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I still love you. With all that being said and done, that huge investment of all the orgs on the side of Team Singularity did not hit pay dirt like they would have wanted. And now Final Feature, barring any pistol tricks from this side of Singularity, which is in the realm of possibility. Let's not beat around the bush here. We do have 5.7s, Deagles, CZs, a P250. We do know how hard they can hit in the right hands, and Final Feature, despite having the supreme upper hand in terms of economy, utility, weaponry, every other checkbox, they're not wanting to overextend and just basically overcommit to anything. They're taking their time and crossing every single bridge with a careful mindset. And the smokes are coming out for an A site take. And it looks like Final Feature are wanting to go through the motions, and yes, indeed, only base getting licked up by ammunition. And now Ryan in a 1 versus a whole lot of scary, angry terrorists. Ryan could actually get 1 if base isn't careful.
Well, that's, you know, what he's hoping for. He's just hoping to find at least 1. Maybe he'll be able to take that, get a second. Just doing any damage he can with the 5.7. It is only $500 invested. Will he be obliged with a peek? He's walking out there. Base, though, takes a little bit of damage, but he aims true, finds a kill. And that will be a 4th round for Final Feature Gaming. This is starting out eerily similar to our last match that just happened. It was a 5-0 lead that wound up falling apart and wound up having the team that went down 0-5 Space Station coming back and winning.
If only I had a soundboard, I'd be playing the Space Core from Portal. I think it'd be funny. But either way, we are in a full buy on both sides. We have Orgs once again on 2 members. The Orb on the back of OC perhaps will pay dividends. And a couple members of Final Feature spilling out of the apartments, and Hydrex will greet them with open arms and bullets. And basically Jonah P balance things out once again, and Picky will pick apart the defense. And now Infinite in a 1 versus 2, and he is forever away from the bomb site, and this could prove to be quite fatal, depending on how this shakes out.
Oh, he spots out base, not able to find that kill. Now, will he find anything else? Infinite sees a player in sight. Picky rips his head off. And with 1 HP, base hangs on in the round. A 5th 1 for Final Feature Gaming. But Picky, he's 9-0-1. Base 7-0-0. These 2 players absolutely popping off right now. And over on Singularity, Ryan, who with the AUG wasn't able to deny that plant a couple rounds ago, he's now 0-0-5. Not the start you'd want from him.
Oh, goodness no. And it was just so unfortunate. Ryan had the right idea, saw the foot sticking out. It's like, yeah, I'm going to make you not be able to walk by riddling your feet with bullets. And sadly was not able to finish the job and pay for it dearly. And, well, Team Singularity, they're kind of bought in. There's some pistols, a little bit of Kevlar in amongst it. So, more the aim, from what I can observe, is more trying to keep Final Feature honest in terms of their money. But if you look at Base's coin right now, as well as Picky, but Base in particular, $13,250. That sounds like a showcase of The Price is Right. He is well and truly well off to keep Final Feature topped up and ready for battle. A little bit of a looked on my screen like a botched Molotov there, but the pistol's actually doing a ton of work. Ryan and his compatriots are pulling off quite a bit of a stop in Final Feature's advance, and now Jonah P in a 1 versus 3 with the bomb on an island all of its own.
Yeah, it's a little bit tough. I think he throws, wisely throwing the op away.
Yes.
Recover an AK. Might actually have a way of working this out. We'll see, though. Difficult when you walk into a stack. Spots out 1, tags them up. Not able to find that kill on the hurt point blank OC. It was 12 HP. Tried to spray through with the AK. Didn't land a single bullet. And that's a round for Singularity, but a little bit unfortunate for Final Feature, as in the end they go out exploding out of that B halls right into 5 players.
Indeed, and if there's a game that is going to be following this one of a different bent, if you'd like to give me a little bit more information at your nearest convenience, Mr. Morrison.
Yeah, after this game, we are going to be covering a game of ESEA Invite Team Fortress 2. Taking it back to the good old game, the good old days. That will be immediately following this cast, and then we'll also be casting more MDL, not the NA type, the Australia type, later tonight.
Indeed, and I am looking forward to it. There will be a marquee matchup in amongst that lineup that I can implore to you to join us when that goes down. But that's in the future. In terms of the now, we do have a buy on both sides. And Singularity really wanting to get things going. And sure, Final Feature, in terms of money, are still a little bit more well off. If you look at base, it's just under the 10K thresh. But it could quickly, just as quickly fall apart for them as it was built back up. And we're still in a 4 versus 4 and just trades to go back and forth. And OC holding firm. And Droids do much the same and shrunk down to 1 versus 1. And MOTM will put a cap on that one. But one will survive. But Singularity are not out of the woods just yet. In Final Feature, they could be on their last chance to just keep Singularity down before things basically turn into a reset game and we'll be at 5 apiece.
And it's very exciting for me as well to see some of these players. Like I used to cast for both Mentality Esports and Team Rival, and Base came from Mentality, Droid came from Rival. So it's kind of cool to see these guys up here on a bigger stage in MDL as Jonah P finds the first kill onto OC. MOTM gonna find a player jumping out. Droid jumps right to his death as well. And Jonah P with the spray through the smoke working out for him. Find another one on the Hydrex. He's got a trio. Will he find the ace he's looking for? He is quite low HP. Facing a lot of trouble. No, Ryan through the wall is going to find both of those players. It's a 1v1 for Picky. Moving around. Will he find one? Will he find two? They line up. Find the one. Oh, he can't spray transfer, though. Does so much damage. Does 87. But Infinite will live, will defuse, and that will be a third round for Singularity.
And Singularity are lucky that the buddy system worked there. As well, Infinite was the only person left standing and barely standing as well. But he was 16 or 18 HP, something along those lines. And doesn't matter how much HP you have, as long as you're still on the field, he was still able to contribute. He definitely did just that. So a third on the board for Singularity, and Final Feature are left with a bit of a choice as to what to do next. And looking at their economic landscape, Mr. Morrison, they've got a couple of options in terms of buying for other people, but would you be saying to sit this one out and let Singularity get to 4 and buy in the next?
I mean, that's such a tough call. I'm just doing some math in my head right now. Yeah, Picky's just short of being able to drop an AK. Base can do it, but he'll be light on utility. Honestly, I probably do it. I'm a madman, low utility. It is a difficult decision though, and I can see why the pause was called. Of course, if you are just tuning in, this is Final Feature Gaming versus Singularity for ESEA MDL. I am Graham Morrison. Follow me on Twitter at GrahamCasts. Joined by Justin Cyberwaste Loots. Follow him at I am Cyberwaste, and follow us all here at CappingTV. We would all love and appreciate the support. As the pause comes down, round is in. A buy came through. It's gonna be fast out balcony, but oh, Ryan standing in the perfect spot finds a pair. Jonah P and Shonk both taken out. OC gets droid. Then a second for him as well. Now it is all alone, based on an island.
Oh dear, Ryan could scratch himself a third, and he does just that with OC providing the assist. It was basically a two-man show, but a two-man show that was rather quick, but what a thrilling show it was. And that investment, it backfired in a awful way as Final Feature Basically, all they have is power pistols and a tiny bit of utility. They're going full pelts into this. I can respect that. So we have a full ensemble of AUGs, the Psi Orgs on 4 members, and the AK on OC for the CT side. And it looks like the tank has formed for final feature, and they're wanting to run down whatever stands in their way. But what type of tank will it be? We'll find out very shortly as they waterfall onto the side. Hydrox will get the opening frag. Scratch a second before Joe P will silence him. And, well, this aggression could actually bite them very hard, but Picky will blow Ozi's head off. A little bit of casual dissection with a 50 Action Express, no big deal. And now the bomb is down, so if your final feature, you'd be a little bit happier compared to the previous round. Although all of you went down, you kept the members of Team Singularity honest in terms of how they buy. But now we are tied at 5 apiece.
5 apiece indeed, and really, I mean, you're thrilled if you're a final feature for the fact that you got a couple kills, did some damage, and got that bomb down. That bomb allows them to have a super comfy buy right now. They have all the utility in the world. They have everything they want. But something we haven't really seen is them use it effectively so far. It's being a lot of jumping out the window and B-halls right into a guy. This is where we need to see the utility come in a lot stronger, and that's a big nade early right onto OC's face. Let's find the shot still onto base. And Ryan, though, spotted out in mid. So it's a 4-on-4 spot now. Utility still very comfy. We'll see if they, or how they use it. Missing the smoke and windows, not good enough, though. Hydric's gonna get the kill off of that one. Very unfortunate. Molly does go in, Molly lands, but Shonk, I mean, you gotta be better than that, man. You gotta land that window smoke.
You really gotta hit those, and one slight misfire of utility could be the undoing of a well-laid plan, and that is, well, final features sadly putting that on display, and Singularity definitely holding the power in their favor. MDL does get engaged upon. Just waiting for the backup. It does get it. And Shonk goes down at the hands of MDL. And Hydrox is there to back up the man. So Singularity take their first lead of this game. And well, for final feature, you'd have to wonder, how do we recenter ourselves after this this little skid?
Yeah, I mean, I'd almost encourage a timeout just to take a breather. You know, maybe see if you can't cool it down, because I think the pressure's starting to get to him a little bit. The wall of Singularity is starting to come through a little bit too strong. I mean, little things like missing a window smoke aren't really kind of good enough for what you'd want. And again, maybe it's the nerves that are doing that, which is why I'd probably be inclined to take a timeout. I know I've made some questionable decision and missed some fundamental stuff in like first matches at a higher level, just because it's stressful. You're a little like you're still in your comfort zone because you're still playing Counter-Strike, but the pressure is definitely a daunting thing to worry about.
And especially when you know the caliber of player that you're dealing with at this level, it's a lot different from level to level. No matter where you go, which game you play, the higher you go up the pecking order, the tougher things are going to get. And we're at a 1-for-1 now. Shonk and Infinite will get frags. And Hydrox in the ladder room could prove to be huge, especially with the Molotov cutting off a lot of the members of Final Feature. And, well, it proved to be quite fruitful indeed. And now Picky in a 1 versus 3. He's on the site, but sadly doesn't have the bomb that is under Hydrox's watch. And despite being smoked off and Picky getting his hands on the bomb, it's going to be extremely difficult for Picky to get out of this unscathed.
And he will fall. It's been a run of 7 straight for Singularity. Looking very poised. And I did mention that some of these guys are new. Final feature, the only player with MDL experience in a few seasons of that is in fact Shonk. Everyone else, this is their first MDL game. Which is very, very stressful for them. But it's a good sign. They are part of the future of NA. And next big talent, the next Twists or Naff might be here in this match. Now base jumping away with his pistols. They're hitting fast and furious out onto the A bomb site. OC and Hydrix have found a pair. Deke from Droid not going to be able to land and is now super late to the party. Base alone, 1 versus 5. Spotted out. He just wants damage, a kill, but he won't find even a single one.
A bit of a shame for Base. He was like the guy at the GIF that shows up with pizza and the entire room's on fire. He's like, hey guys, oh, right. And then gets properly fragged and on to the next round. So Singularity have 1 out the half. We're going into round number 14. And final feature, I'd say go for broke and try and go for a 8-7. And it looks like that is what they're doing just based on the buys just after the pause expires. So it looks like they might have taken your advice, Graham, and they've paused it, tried to recenter themselves, calm down those nerves, because as you said, this is the first time on a big stage for a lot of these players, and just trying to keep them calm and motivated and just get as many small wins as possible. Just do it in increments, and the slow and steady approach will bear fruit eventually for the members of Final Feature. See, already a little bit of damage exchange onto OC, and that's forced the AWP to reconsider their position, and is dropped onto the B site proper. Looks like a ton of utilities gone out from Final Feature. They're wanting to hit the B apartments and then the site down below extremely hard. And OC's already been focused down. Not dropped,
OC was burning and didn't realize he was still in the Molotov. He could have gotten out with about 70 HP, and instead he's very lit. And now the wrap coming through. Droid and Picky find a pair. He will be removed. This OC 15 is still enough for him to find a pair. It's Infinite and Ryan. What can they do? What can they find? So trying to work their way around here. 3 versus 2 retake. Not going to be easy. Certainly doable. A lot harder now that Ryan falls to Jonah P. This may be the break they needed. That pause could be huge unless Infinite. Does he have a 1 versus 3 in his hands? Does have a defuse kit. Does have armor, and he will find the opener on to Jonah. Base and Droid left to find. Will he find any? No, Droid rips his head off. 6 rounds for Final Feature Gaming. And this will be their chance to get the half back as on as even footing as they could ask for. 8-7.
Well, that looks a lot brighter, a lot better. That pause, as you did say, it did them a world of good to even get that round. And hopefully that will roll on into finishing out the half with a better sending. And Hydrix, I'd like to know the thought process behind that Molotov, because it hit on the bottom lip and stayed in the sniper's nest. That was strange, but it looks like Final Feature are all bunched up and T ran and all being burnt to death. And Infinite has given him their marching orders, has gotten 3 to his name, close to a 4th, but Jonah P will quash his advance. But Jonah P has a lot to do, did get 2, but had to ace to finish it off, and Hydrix will say no. 9-6 at the change for Team Singularity, and Final Feature for a first game out for most of these players. You'd still be pretty happy with how things have gone, all things considered.
Yeah, and I did want to ask, because you questioned a Molotov. I'm not sure, was it one of the CT players just throwing one down in window?
Yes.
The intent behind that Molotov is when a smoke coming from either top mid or from CT lands in window, the Molotov occasionally causes it to pop not quite proper, leaving like a one-way or a gap. So I believe that was the intent of him throwing it where he threw it. I could be mistaken though. I didn't see the Molotov.
Okay. It just looked a little bit weird to me, because I can understand expecting a smoke from top mid onto the window, but because the smoke didn't come, it just looked a little bit strange on its own. But nevertheless, A new half is upon us, 9-6 in favor of Team Singularity. And final feature, two members are moving extremely far forward and could be pinching in this entire attack of Singularity.
Well, Infinite finds a kill. OC's got one as well, making it work. OC with the second done, and they're running right around. Wow, that was aggressive. Now Droid 1 versus 4. He has 1 kill. Be an ace clutch for him if he can pull it off. Tapping away. Not gonna find Hydrex. Be around for Singularity, but that really could have been poorly for Singularity, because Infinite, he was the man holding the utility. He held the smoke, held the flash, and neither of them made it over apps. Both of them hit something and bounced back. So that could have gone very poorly. You're expecting something to be smoked off, expecting players to be blind, and they're just staring at you, not flashed whatsoever. And then Singularity had it work out.
And they give you the evil eye, like, you messed up badly, my guy, and then just riddle you with bullets. At any rate, final feature of wanting to keep things honest at the very least, MDL has dropped out of apartments and little Droid dropped him out of the round before Pinky gets the reply. So Singularity just not wanting to put a foot wrong, perhaps wanting to put Ryan up front, get that coin into pocket, and hopefully Base and Jonah P with the scouts could be a little bit of an annoyance for Singularity. Now they are all that is left for the defense.
Yeah, they're just trying to put some pressure on, maybe find a kill or two. The odds that they win this not going to be very high whatsoever. And I don't even think either of these players will live. It'll be tough for Base too. Let's find a tag in. Pistol comes out, not able to land it though. Base, I mean, he's a player I did want to highlight. He's having a bit of a rough time. At one point in this game, he was 7-0 and or like 7-1-0, 7-0 regardless. And since then he's 8-11. He's quite struggling, and that's part of the issue Final Feature have had. They had Picky and Base just firing on all cylinders, and both of them have cooled down a little bit. Base significantly though.
Yeah, Base has gone into a bit of a rough trot. Picky has kept himself kind of consistent, but now, as you did highlight, Base is sort of dragging the chain. And then in contrast on the side of Singularity, you see OC on 20-9, 14-8 for Infinite, and Hydrex on 12-9. So a lot more of a team effort for the side of Singularity. That could be what makes the proof be that Singularity are stronger as a unit, and Final Feature may not have that sort of fluidity in terms of being a squad yet.
Well, just trying to find some damage with the they had a couple upgraded pistols, a lot of USPs, and just trying to find some damage. Not gonna be able to do so. It's Droid with the P250 and a very hurt Base left, and well, now it's just Droid. I think he's going to be able to find a single kill. Might be able to find Ryan in the back, but there's players on Cat watching this. Droid should not have a window to do anything. Poking and prodding, though. Can he find... Goes to the smoke, spots out a lot of players, and Infinite rips his hat off. 12th round for Singularity. Final Feature still on 6. This has been a heck of a run because it was 5-0 at one point. So outside of those first 5 rounds, Cyberwaste, the rounds are 12-1 for Singularity. They are firing on all cylinders. No player has fewer than 11 kills. 3 players on Final Feature have not cracked 10.
It's a really telling sign, and yeah, as you said, a real tough time. But we see 4 M4s and the AWP on the back of Joda P, which could be the sign of a turn. Jonah on top of the van has gotten rid of MDL, so starting off on the right foot for Final Feature, but it's also given the hint to Team Singularity. You got to single the guy out and cut him out of the equation. Infinite had been sent to the grave by Droid as well, so Final Feature have the manpower up, but only barely. Droid has 1 HP. prick him with a needle and he'd go.
Shock with a nice opener on the Hydrex. Ryan quickly chimes in with 2. Can he find any more? No, OC 1 versus 1, and Base wins that out. Base with the big last 2 kills in that fight. And, I mean, we talked about it. He was a player that was struggling. He comes to life, and he picks up the 7th round for Final Feature Gaming Cyber Waste.
And what a time to come alive. And gets the AWP for his mate as well. Oh, I think Base would just be happy to break the skid that he was on, because he was on 8 and 12 until that round, and he basically won the round for Final Feature. So this could be the start of an upward trend and an upward swing for them. Singularity are able to buy in, but this next round, if they lose on the side of Singularity, we could have a whole new game.
It'll be nice to at least make things a little bit more interesting towards the end. I was starting to worry as Singularity had the ball rolling. Pressure is on for Final Feature, though, with the 2 FAMASs to pick up this round. 2 FAMASs in a UMP. Not ideal, but doable, and that's what matters. Doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you do it.
Yeah, what's the quote from Fast and Furious? It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning is winning. And no matter how Final Feature gets it done, they're just wanting to get it done by any means necessary. And with anything, they've got a little bit of an awkward exchange there. Ryan will come out on top, but only barely. Only has 1 HP to his name, but Base and Joda P will stop the members of Team Singularity for a brief moment and give Final Feature the man advantage.
1 HP on Ryan is probably the worst thing that you'll see when it comes to the end there. When you do 99 and it's not enough. However, it looks like it'll be going towards B. Do they expect the droids on this balcony is my $1 million question. Flashbang's good, but it's behind one of the 2 players. On up aggressive, found the kill. They're aware that Picky's still somewhere in this site. They knew the flash had to come in from somewhere. Op is backing him up in market on Jonah P, but time is very low. Picky's found 1. This bomb, I don't think it has now. Oh, it will just have a second to go down. It will go down in the end, but a 3K from Picky cleaning up the site. Is another round for Final Feature. They have some life, but Singularity, they have money to buy, money aplenty. Well, maybe not aplenty, but they have copious quantities for this round.
They have sufficient funds to do whatever they choose, so long as they do, well, not exactly as much as they want, but they do have enough to put up a solid attack. Sadly, they won't be able to buy orbs, but Singularity aren't really too keen on using the AWP on the attacking side from what I've gathered thus far, and Infinite just legging it right through the Molotov. Did take a lick of damage because of it, and Ryan is in not that much of a better shape either. And Ryan actually ended up going down. Infinite does trade that one out. So now, well, it was a 4 versus 4, but now a 3 versus 4 thanks to Joda P, riddling Infinite with a 3-3 in the pool. But that Krieg on the back of OC has sounded off and paid off dividends. Claiming 2, and Base also goes down. So now Shonk versus 3 members of Singularity, and he cannot stand the circle. Let's see, we'll give him his marching orders, and a 13th for Singularity. And Final Feature, they might be on to their final life very soon.
OC, man, on another level with that Krieg having an absolute field day there. Getting 3 kills, I believe. Locking down that site. Not giving them a chance, and now it's a reset for Final Feature. They got no money. They're broke. They're not having a good time, and they got 2 scouts. A pair of Deegs and a 5-7 going for broke. $0 on 3, 50 and 150 on Base and Droid, respectively.
They're scraping the bottom of the chain jar for whatever they can muster.
The double eco, it's such a rough spot to be in. I mean, at that point, you buy because you're not going to have enough the next round anyways.
Oh,
and
my goodness.
Shock! That's a pair with the Deeg ripping heads away. Ryan and OC down. It's the top and the 3rd fragger. Our Hydrex will even it back into a 3v3. They expect base pushing through spawn to pick up a weapon is another question. No, they expect droid so close.
So questions and droid, if he doesn't make his presence known, this could be huge. MTM might have a hint of it, but comes out a little bit too late. Droid will claim that gentleman. So now the man advantage goes to final feature. And now Infinite is wanting to bring things back. And now Droid is what, just to hightail it, get the heck out of there. And does just survive with 6 HP and has brought Team Singularity into a little bit of panic mode. 30 seconds to go. And now they've got to make a choice as to how they even escort this bomb to either bomb site. And Base has retrieved himself an AK, which is a huge, huge piece of weaponry to have at your side. But we're down to 10 seconds.
You're gonna have to go for a plan any second now. It is going down. Dig is gonna deny it. Droid's got it with the 3K.
Oh, man. Shrunk and Droid. Good golly me. They came through in the very last minute. I still can't get over it. Shrunk just came up mid and just blasted two of the heads away. And Droid basically bided his time and knew that the time was on his side. Singularity had to go for the plant and, well, took full advantage of it. Despite the meat shield strat, it looked good enough, but the Deagle will tear through both of you, and that's brought final feature right back into this fight. And Team Singularity, they can't really afford to buy all that much. There are a couple of Deagles, but not that much else. And for the 3-point line, Jonah P. Swish. That's another
From
one.
downtown.
Boom. Major League.
I will say that's one of my favorite calls. Is this from downtown for a 3-pointer in basketball? It's great.
Yeah, I love it. It reminds me of NBA Jam, which is an arcade classic.
But we do still have 4 players alive. 3 Deeks and Ryan. He's found a nice shot there onto base. Swimming out onto the A bomb site. Will they find any more? Shonk with a pair. Now it's just MOTM very close. He's got the Deeg aiming true, but all he recovers out of it is a scout. I'm sure he'd like something a little bit nicer. He coming in does a little bit. Shonk will find that kill. 4 for him. A 10th round for Final Feature Gamer. And we have a game here now, Cyberwaste. We're down to the wire. If you are just tuning in, this is the first day of ESEA MDL. I am Graham Morrison. You can give me a follow on Twitter at GrahamCasts. Joined by Justin Lutz. Give him a follow at I am Cyberwaste. We are here for CappingTV, bringing you all the ESEA MDL action. And what a game this has become. Towards a fast looks like where it will be. Base up top finds one. Shock gets another. Picky as well. Final feature. Surely they should take this round. OC though close stairs. He's in a lot of trouble. Down he goes. And now MOTM. 1 versus 4. Running away. He has the bomb on his back. Just a window to do something. But we got a game here.
We do indeed have a game, and that could be the only thing that really works into MTM's favor. He has the power of choice in terms of where to put the bomb, but the longer he takes, the more final feature will be smelled. They'll be smelled like a rat in amongst their plans. So they're doing the wise thing and sort of getting themselves positioned to attack either bomb site. They do have the manpower to do so, and MTM just doing the best that he can, given he's out on an island, he's all on his own, and just trying to guess, essentially, where CTs would be holed up in a position like this, and he could pass 2 of them and get onto the A bomb site, but with that frag on a shonk, that could alert the rest of Final Feature to get moving. And MTM sensing a presence in CT, not really bearing that much fruit, and now they're definitely going to be aware of where he is. MTM does get rid of Droid, but Droid will send him packing from beyond the grave. Burn in hellfire, says Droid, and he is happy to oblige. The gap is now 2 for Final Feature. Yeah, they are down by 2, but they are definitely showing a sign of life. And for a new team in MDL, And a lot of these players having their first go around, they're really showing a strong resolve. And definitely are proving to be a team to watch in the future.
Oh, and Pistols, they're trying to do damage. MOTM will find another kill. He's on a nice little run for himself. But speaking of runs, keep in mind, Singularity went on a 12-1 run in the middle of this game to take a 12-6 lead. Since then, it has been all final feature, coming back in with a 5-1 run and looking poised to add a 6th round to that run. It's been very, very impressive. Their resolve, their resilience, not giving up when things got incredibly dire.
The main reason they're back into this game is off of a force buy when Singularity were on the chance to give Final Feature a double eco. And now look at where we are. 13-12 Singularity against Final Feature, and Graham Morrison, this is opening day for Season 30 of the Mountain Dew League in your neck of the woods, North America. I think this is going to be an amazing season if these two matches that we've watched today on CappingTV, if they're any indicator, you are in for a wild ride.
Yeah, it's crazy. We have like an early candidate for match of the season unfolding right in front of us on the first day. That's not how that's supposed to go. You're supposed to get the instant classics late, but this game's just been so impressive on so many levels. We'll see who can close it out. There's a nice little boost on Cat right now. Jonah P up on the box with the AWP in hand. Slow play, though, from Singularity, trying to grind this game down. Slow down the pace. Slow down the pressure. Let's see if they can't get back to their winning ways.
I guess Singularity, after their many shades of aggression, they're really wanting to pump the brakes on Final Feature, and perhaps thinking that the defenders for Final Feature will actually jack up the momentum themselves and put the pedal down, and will be well and truly poised to capitalize on that on the side of Singularity. Shonk is in a really forward position on T ramp. This could be painful either way, but Ryan will make Shonk pay, and Picky will avenge him. So now we're at a 4 versus 4. Base could prove to be made. That is the bomb dropped thanks to that org, and Infinite with the Krieg has gotten a pair himself. So a true tip that's had a fair, but those frags will favor the T's, and Infinite definitely seeing that someone will be at CT, and that will be Jonah, and he gets riddled with bullets by Infinite. So now it is Droid versus 3. He's been the savior for a couple of these rounds. Can he repeat the effort? But time is slowly slipping away from him, Graham.
So unfortunate that Jonah was looking the wrong way. Kill would have been absolutely massive. Keep it a 2v2 instead of a 1 versus 3. But he finds the first kill. Droid quickly traded back by OC, and Singularity have broken the streak. They have their 14th round. 2 away from closing this out. 1 away from bringing us to overtime.
And well, the side of Final Feature, they're back into a similar situation that they were before, but with better weaponry this time. But they are definitely at last chance saloon. You see 2 for Masters, 2 M4s, AWP on Jonah P, which is a huge get and something they definitely want to hang on to. But on the other side of the coin, OC, we have 26 frags in. We could see a potential 30 bomb from him should the cards fall in his favor.
This round is so pivotal. MLTM only able to have that MAC-10, and the money is spent pretty much to the board from Final Feature. It's starting to come through. Pressure starting to go around. 3 are in mid right now. He's going to come back. That forces Picky away. Will they be able to find anything, anyone? Very slow play from Team Singularity. Oh, but Shonky finds the first kill with the FAMAS. OC will trade it right back. And that trades, of course, as you mentioned, favor the T side. Now it is base alone on the A-bomb site. Jonah P uses support from window. I think we'll rotate over. Yes, he will. Go to CT. But base needs to stand tall. Actually, no, he doesn't. The hit's not coming there. It's going back towards B. Droid and Picky lie in wait. And Picky, he finds the first kill onto Ryan. The remaining players trying to come through apps. That's where Droid is watching. He is aware that that's where they're going to be coming. They come right out the window, drop down right in front of him, peeks out, finds one. Goes straight through as MOTM's found a pair. All of a sudden, Cyberwaste, this is a 2 versus 2.
Back and even, but the big heavy hitter in Jonah P is still at large and has already proven his worth by dropping Infinite with the AWP. Now, MTM at the back 10. He'll have to get a 4K to get Singularity on the match point and perhaps rely on closing the gap. It does drive by base, but Jonah P will bring down MOTM. And Jonah P does have enough time to get the defusal there. And a little bit of a cheeky spray there. Take this L real quick. But Final Feature have shrunken the gap to 1 once again. And now 14-13. And if Final Feature gets this next round, Graham, we're guaranteed one thing. We're guaranteed to go the distance. And a pause has been called once again. I haven't caught who called the pause, but it's good for either side, either way. Singularity would have called it to put Final Feature on ice, and Final Feature would have called it to perhaps calm things down, because this needs to be hammered home, because 4 of the 5 members of Final Feature are new to the Mountain Dew League, so perhaps nerves could be a thing, and they're wanting to sort of calm themselves down and focus on getting the tie. And although they do have the weapon advantage, just not do anything out of the ordinary. Just stick to what you know and then take it from there after the tie is obtained. But here we go. Round 13 of the second half, Graham. Can Final Feature get to the tie?
It's just pistols for Singularity. This is a great opportunity. HE's going to come in. Oh, very meaty on MOTM. He's the only one that took any damage from it. Enjoyed with the SMG, trying to be the cleaner. He will be cleaned up instead by the CZ75. Picky and Shock chiming in as well. Picky with 3. Make that a 4K from him. Bomb, however, should go down. Actually, may not. It's gonna be tight. No, base denies it. That's so huge. That denies so much money to Team Singularity as we have a tie game. Of course, if you are just tuning in, this is the first day of the first week of this MDL season. Can you believe it? We are here. We've gone the entire distance. I am Graham Morrison. Follow me on Twitter at GrahamCass. Follow Cyberwaste at I am Cyberwaste for CappingTV. And right after this, we'll be bringing you an ESEA Invite Team Fortress 2 match. So stay tuned for some great action. But don't go anywhere. We are in the round 29. Trying to figure out, will we go to overtime? Will one team win it? The hit's coming straight through. Droid finds the first one onto MOTM.
That was the second on the Ryan 2, and a third on the OC, a fourth on the Hydrix. Infinite will end his streak, but that is pretty much it. And on the back of that, match point for Final Feature. They started off with a 5-0 run, had a bit of a skid in the middle, and have scratched and clawed, and have finally come oh so close to getting to the top of the mountain. They are on match point against Team Singularity, and in terms of getting a bye on the terrorist side, oh, they're really gonna have to be on the petty bitches side of things and try to get so little out of so much. Goodness gracious. Final Feature have to be commended for how well they've fought, coming from that's a really, really rough drop in the middle.
Keep in mind, and I mean, if you're just tuning in, viewers, there was a 12-1 run of rounds for Team Singularity. They went from 5-0 to 12-6. It was insane, but that's incredibly demoralizing. The fact that Final Feature had the resilience to even be in this match is breathtaking. And now they've got the big kill onto OC with a little bit of mid-aggression. The hit will be in towards A. These Deegs need to go huge. Will they find anything? Cyberwaste trying to come around the corner. They've closed the distance. What can they find? They found the kill onto Picky. Droid sitting here in connector as well. Might be able to find something. Somehow taking no damage from all of this. Coming right back around. Spots out a player. Finds a kill. Man advantage now. Final feature instantly Chen back by MOTM. Are we going to overtime? Will this be final feature? Tell me, Cyberwaste.
I'm definitely not a betting man, so you cannot trust my word in either way. But final feature are running low on time. You can hear the beeps from the bomb begin to hasten. Shock does get one on the Infinite, and right under the noses of Team Singularity, final feature have punched in the digits and scratched up a W in the most odd of ways. What an end to the opening day of the Mountain Dew League! 16-14.
Pros don't fake. He sticks the defuse in a 3 versus 2. Has his buddies closing off the angles. They go for the engagements. They didn't even hear the bomb getting defused. And in the end, final feature. What a run. What a comeback. Stealing a game from Singularity.
And right under their nose too, and ending it in definitely not a way that you wanna finish it if you are on the T side. Oh, that is going to sting for Singularity, but if you're a member of Final Feature, you would be extremely, extremely happy with that. But anyway, that is where we'll conclude the Counter-Strike Global Offensive cast for